Hey there and welcome to After Work. My name is Valentine, and in this channel we talk about various data science topics that are important when you're starting out your data science career. If such topics interest you, be sure to subscribe to this channel. Alright, so let's get started with our topic of the day, data science career paths. And in this video we're going to be talking about the two most common career paths when it pertains data science, and these are management path as well as the technical path, which is quite popular, but not so much has been talked about the management path that you could also undertake when you are thinking about data science and shifting, maybe transitioning into data science, or when you're starting out your data science career path. Just to give you just a bit of more information, it's that this particular video is the first of a series of videos that will pertain to starting a career in data science. So if you are a student or if you are a professional who is thinking of starting a career in data science, to transition into data science, be sure to watch all the videos in the series. And even subscribe so that when we post future series, you're also able to be informed at the end of the day. This is a starting point where most of us, when we were starting out our data science career, we never had, and this information, it's now free and available, and it sets you up with an advantage over others who may not necessarily have the same information. Okay, all right, so let's get started with now the management path, which we'll just talk a bit more about. Then we go later into the technical path, which I think you're already familiar because there are lots of videos and information about that. But let's start with the management path. So the management path in data science simply entails the path that requires a professional to, say, manage a team with regards to, say, data science professionals or a data team, as well as lead a department. And this would still involve being able to develop and also scale data strategies. Some of the roles that you might aim for after going through the whole process of learning about data science with regards to management would be, say, becoming a data manager. Now you're going to be leading a team of data scientists. As a data manager, you would also be becoming a director of data science or director of data, becoming a head of data, or even becoming a chief data officer. So most of the times, in many spaces, in many companies, you'd find that persons who eventually become one of who actually end up undertaking one of these roles would be either persons who have some background with regards to the technical aspect of data science, but they also do have some knowledge, so some business knowledge, and it becomes a bit easier for them to know what are the needs of an organization and what does an organization require when it comes to maybe formulation of a team that will be able to solve for these needs. So when it pertains to that, those are the kinds of roles that you might undertake if you would want to undertake the management path. When it comes to the responsibilities of, say, a person undertaking this path, you might, of course, the first thing would be to lead data teams in setting up data strategies. It would be to define the metrics of success with regards to KPIs that best fit the business needs. You might need to have an understanding of data governance in an organization. That simply means being able to set up the right policies as well as standards pertaining to the processes, say for data collection, for how data is presented to users, stakeholders, as well as the users themselves or the customers. It might also pertain to understanding how to make most out of, say, data science tools, emerging tools, knowing what to use that's in the market that will help the business be able to solve for the current problems that they're having. It might also entail having an understanding of just a high level overview of, say, statistical methods and algorithms relevant to the business itself. Say if you are a data manager working for a bank, you would need to have an understanding of the most efficient, say, classification algorithms. These are just concepts that you would use when you're creating models that would help, say, predict which customers are much more likely to churn, or which customers are much more likely to default from paying a loan. So having an understanding of just a high of those kinds of technologies or algorithms appropriate for those kinds of problems would be really helpful for a data manager. That way, if a team, say, of data scientists present to you something that seems a bit off from what is a standard in the market with regards to those tools, you're able to spot out and also ask the right technical questions. You should also, say, have an understanding of how to develop a data science team with complementary skills, knowing, say, you need some machine learning engineers to be able to solve for, say, certain particular problems that would be solved through the use of creation and maintenance of machine learning models, or being able to know that you need a team of data analysts with a certain skill sets, as well as data engineers. And lastly, it's having the ability to keep the team on target, knowing that if in any case that there's a problem in the team, you're able to talk to them, you're able to talk to the team members, you're able to identify the gaps or the obstacles, and you're able to brainstorm together and come up with some sort of strategy towards that. So that's what pertains to the management path, and you could actually get started. There are quite a number of courses which you could undertake that would lead you towards this end, or in most cases, persons who usually take in this particular management path usually start out by just tackling some data related projects. They start by leading. It could be, say, by becoming a project manager for a company, and the kinds of projects that you might be undertaking would simply entail data science in general, and slowly you'd shift towards now becoming solely a person who does some of those responsibilities that we've mentioned of setting up strategies, policies, recruiting teams, and also coming up with KPIs and even managing a team. So that's a bit about the management path. Now, pertaining the other path, which is the technical path, if you want to undertake this particular path, this means that you need now to equip yourself with now the relevant data science skills for the organization that you're working for, or the organization that you aspire to work for. And most commonly, it's usually just having acquired the skills of data business understanding, data collection, data exploration, data preparation, data cleaning. Of course, that's part of data preparation, and also data modeling, and data visualization and presentation. So the kinds of roles that you would end up undertaking would be either becoming a data analyst, becoming a data scientist, becoming a data engineer, becoming a machine learning engineer, and you're going to be working on core data science projects, contributing code, and running analysis and building what I refer to as pipelines and machine learning models. So in this particular path, you're going to be doing actually the nitty-gritty, like building. So you can think of it as doing now the actual manual work with hands and ensuring that whatever you're building, whether it's a product, you're able to build that. So if you want to undertake such a path, if you want to do such things with regards to developing products and also with regards to data science, you could think of just undertaking the technical path. When it comes to the technical path, there are various, say, technical roles that you might want to undertake, but the best starting point would be, to come from an entry-level role into a mid-level data science role, into a senior data science role that possibly might also eventually lead you to now the other management side, depending on the organization and the need that the organization has. So say for the entry level role, you might want to say you might want to start the junior level, maybe by becoming a junior data scientist or junior data engineer, then progress to becoming a data scientist or data engineer or data analyst, where you're going to be working on contributing to larger projects with minimal, of course, you'll be working with minimal supervision and also comfortably work in a team. But by the time you get to become a senior data scientist, you will be in a position to now develop, say, technical specifications for projects, both big and small, and also being able to ensure some of the best practices, technical best practices, are being implemented within the projects that are being worked on by data scientists in the team that you have. And you should also, at a senior level, you should also have some good domain expertise, and that takes about 5 years and more than 5 years. But for mid-level data science, usually takes 2 to 3 years. So yeah, so that's a bit about both paths pertaining data science. So if you want to become a data if you want to become a data manager or a head of data, consider undertaking the data management path. Or if you want to become a data scientist who actually works on core projects and contributes code and runs analysis, you interact with all these technologies on a daily basis, consider undertaking the technical path. And there are quite a large number of resources out there. All right, I hope you had an you have now have an understanding of both paths, and you should now be in a position to know which one is best suited for you and probably which one is not. And if you would want to just get still more information on which path you would want to undertake, there are more videos or episodes which are going to come after this video. So be sure to watch those ones in the starting a career in data science series that we are going to be posting. We're going to be having in the next coming episodes. All right, so that's it about this particular video. If you liked this video, be sure to subscribe and hit the like button, and see you in the next video.